Let's talk about pressure, baby. Let's talk, you and me, about all the good things and the bad things about pressure, baby. Let's talk about it. That's why I'm not a singer. Riding a fat bike in winter can be tricky because one day the trails are going to be hard and fast, and the next day they're going to be soft and loose. Tire pressure or tire choice can make or break your winter riding experience. It's of importance to set up the proper tire pressure to allow maximum traction for more speed, thus more fun. It also helps to keep the trails in good condition. So what tools are you gonna need? A standard 4-pump won't be good enough to give you the proper reading at such low tire pressures. So I recommend you invest in a 1 to 15 PSI tire gauge. I use the Schwalbe Airmax Pro 6010, which is a digital gauge, because it has an adapter that allows me to use it on Presta or Schrader valves. Generally speaking, a heavier rider needs to bump up its tire pressure. It might just be a case of a few more PSI, but it does make a difference. A 1 PSI difference in a 4 or 5 inch tire will have a massive influence on how your fat bike handles. Too much pressure and you will feel like you have no traction. Too low of a pressure, your bike will be squirmish, and also you will have to use a lot of energy to pedal through your ride. When I first started fat biking, I was riding with too much tire pressure. Very quickly I learned an important lesson. Too much tire pressure equals less traction, which equals me falling in the snow. We don't want that. What's important is to find a tire pressure that you know will work well on hard-packed snow. Starting from there, you can adjust depending on the conditions in which you're going to ride in. I usually start out with 6 PSI at the back and 5 PSI at the front. Then, if I know the snow is going to be loose, I'm going to be letting some air out, probably around 1 to 1.5 PSI per tire, to accommodate for the more slippery tracks that we're going to be riding in. This will allow me to have better traction, feel more in control, be confident, and carry more speed, which allows me to have more fun. Letting out 1 or 2 PSI makes a huge difference on your traction. Take into consideration that I weigh about 180 pounds. Always measure your tire pressure at ambient outside temperature. If you measure inside your home and then bring your bike outside where it's colder, your tire pressure is going to drop and it'll be way too low. How do you know you've got proper tire pressure for yourself? Easy. You're going to be more confident carrying more speed through corners. You're going to feel a lot more traction, and you're going to feel like every pedal stroke is more efficient. The reason why people talk so much about tire pressure and adjust it all the time is because they're chasing that feeling. If you are still unsure if you have the right tire pressure for yourself, ask a buddy, feel their tire. If their tire feels softer than yours, letting out a little bit of air can do wonders for your ride. To conclude this video, don't forget that tire pressure makes a difference on any type of bike. It's even more crucial when fat biking on snow. Although these are great recommendations, and I vouch for them, you will have to go through the trial and error process to find the proper pressure for you. Don't forget, the tire pressure you use depends on rider weight, condition of the trails, and also the size of your tire. Mess around with different tire pressures and see what gives you the best ride overall. So if you like this type of content, let me know. Comment below, hit the subscribe button, and share the channel. Cheers everybody, see you soon.